Conspiracy. What's like this thing you're talking about?
Well, actually, we're talking about God. We're talking about God.
Conspiracy.
We're
It's
talk-
just, he's asking about God.
I'm Muslim, so we're trying to have a discussion about God. To make it
asking him a
quick,
question
to make it
about
quick, to make it quick,
Yes.
because it's almost an hour, 50 minutes, right?
Wow.
It's crazy,
Okay.
yeah. To make it quick,
You've
check
been
this
here
out.
for an hour?
Yeah, 50 minutes.
Yeah, my friend's been looking for me for so long.
To make
All
it so here's what I want to say is that what's the Islamic proposition or the belief, right? That
I don't think it's very much different
let
from
me
Catholicism or
just finish.
Judaism, because it's
Come
all
on,
the same
you
string.
gotta let me finish.
All right, I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Yes.
So we purpose of life is to worship God. Okay.
Yes.
Came from God. We are going to go back to God one day. Okay. And there's 5 things I would love for you to know. Is God is one. Okay. And that He is to be worshipped. Number 2, we follow the messages of the prophets from Adam to Noah to Jesus to Moses to Jesus Christ to David to the Prophet Muhammad.
But there's so many prophets before that.
Yes, and by the way, the interesting thing.
So how does that make those guys right?
So beautiful that you said that. You know why? Because you just said what the Quran says. You know that? You just said what the Quran says.
Okay, what's that?
The Quran says.
I've never read it.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. We've that God sent prophets to every nation and tribe. So to India, to China, to every nation, right? And then
Then
from.
why they all disagree?
So because people corrupt the scripture, people corrupt the religion, right? So the God sends another messenger.
So
because this life is a test, right? We're not going to see a message in the sky that says,
No.
"Hey, John and Baz follow this religion."
It doesn't happen like that.
It doesn't happen. God is testing us. So, and the second thing is scripture, right? This is the message. This is the manual to follow, and then afterlife. Okay, so these are the things I want to share with you, and that, in summary, I would say, okay, listen, I'm not.
See, I don't believe in afterlife.
No, we do believe in afterlife.
I believe in incarnation. Because I think that
You know, most Muslims were Christian before they were Muslim.
not all of that, but
Muhammad converted them all.
Do you want to be on? Do you want to do a discussion after this? Can we? Because I can't do 2 discussions at once.
see, I don't know about that, but like,
but
the reality
There were
is,
no Muslims because there was no Muhammad started the religion.
it's true.
So before 600.
To be honest, I think all 3 of them are phooey
Have you traced
because
your
they're
family
very
tree to
new.
Muhammad?
They're literally new within 3,000 years.
Are we
which
doing a
is
debate?
Very
No, I'm
relatively.
just questioning. You said you're Muslim.
Yes.
You have your ancestry traced back to like 600 to the time of Muhammad.
Do I have my ancestry? No, my ancestors were probably Jewish or Hindu or something like that. Yeah.
I know. but
Therefore, they were-
Because I'm from India, Pakistan, Afghanistan region.
Okay.
In Muslim culture,
Yeah.
if you're not 100% Muslim,
Mhm.
then you're not Muslim. So if you go to a Muslim country and you're not 100% Muslim,
Yeah.
then it's like you're not Muslim to them. You're like an outsider.
So
Just like in the West, if
Yeah.
you're not white in white society in Europe, you're an outsider.
Totally.
so
Go to France.
Totally, 'cause
France
Britain-
is for the French, even
France-
though they're
yeah.
becoming a minority because
only
most
that,
North Africans. Are
France's
I
whole
just want to
national
understand.
sovereignty
Just want to understand your
was
point.
black.
Just want to understand his
And,
point.
like, they're technically a white nation.
Can I understand your
So,
point?
like, it's their.
No, what I was asking you at first
Yeah.
is if you're like Muslim in the sense that you can trace your family tree 600 to 600.
No, my ancestors probably converted to Islam.
Yeah,
Okay.
nobody converted. What happened was Muhammad came along. He was a conqueror,
Hmm.
and when
Just
he went
like a lot
around,
of them were.
people converted
Just like
because he
Caesar.
was a conquering people.
Okay.
So a lot of Muslims
like-
used to be Christian before they were Muslim.
Okay.
Same with Christians who used to be Judaism.
Can I-
so they're Christian.
Are you?
And then, and
John,
then
you have to
after
let me-
about 400 years after Jesus died, they
Is this fair,
actually
2-on-one?
created Christianity. That's actually.
Is
how
this
that
fair
happened.
to-
They
do you
were
think
all
it's-
They were all Jewish.
Would you allow me to respond to that?
Yeah, yeah.
You're okay with me?
Yeah.
Have you studied Islamic history?
Not really.
You have not studied Islamic history.
No.
So how do you know what you're saying is true?
Because I'm descendant from Muhammad.
Okay, what's your background?
My father's Egyptian.
تتكلم عربية?
I don't speak Arabic at all. I don't have the culture at all.
Okay.
My mother was European.
Okay, and your father's
We're a mixing
Egyptian.
pot here in Canada.
And
You get all
most people
sorts.
think I'm
You get all
Jewish.
sorts.
Izayik. Izayik. You know what
I
Izayik?
don't know.
Izayik
all
means-
I know is kifa.
Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay. So, but I'm like, you don't have to. You don't have to use your real name.
I'm not in the
But what's your name if I can ask?
Last name?
Oh, no, just-
Elnagar.
Okay, well, I'll just call you Mr. El Najjar, right?
Carpenter.
Okay. So
Nice. Good trade.
you said you didn't really study
That's
Islam.
what it means.
You said you didn't really study Islamic history.
Yeah.
So
your ancestors were carpenters.
My father was Muslim.
so how would you know what you're saying is true then? You didn't Islam.
Well, my father was kind of like an elder in Muslim society.
Okay.
A lot of my cousins who lived in like England or in other places would want to contact my father always to get his counsel.
Okay.
And he lived in Canada because he was more westernized. So they knew he'd be more liberal than like someone in the Middle East.
Are you open to studying Islamic history?
More westernized.
Well, like for example, my father's sister married another Egyptian. And they lived in England, and one of their sons graduated top of his class in medical school, and he was like dating what do you call it, a British girl.
Okay, but just I want
He wanted to marry her. He wanted to get my father's counseling if it was okay, because my father married a European. But my father explained that in Muslim culture,
Yeah.
especially in Egypt, if you're Muslim, but you're not like 100% Muslim, then you're not accepted in society.
Okay, but can I? I'm asking you. Are you open to challenging your thinking or what you heard? I'm asking you that.
Yeah.
You're open to it, okay.
It's kind of a little late now.
Why is that?
But the whole reason my father left the Middle East was because of the lack of acceptance, because he married a European woman.
So what would you? Okay. Listen, sorry. This idea that the Prophet Muhammad, I've heard this before, by the way, and his followers or disciples went around converting people by the sword. Okay, and after that, every nation just converted by the sword. I'll just give you one simple example. It's part of what you're saying is partly true. I'm not going to completely reject it, because there's a concept in Islam, jihad, which I'll get to, but it has rules, regulations. It's not like the terrorism that you see today. So we'll get to that in a second. But can I finish? Can I finish? So yeah, exactly. So do you know how Indonesia became Muslim?
I do not know. No.
It's through business and trade. Okay. In Islam, in the Quran, there's a verse in the Quran that says.
I just want to keep our distance.
Yeah, sure. I apologize. Okay, thank you. It's just because the audio. By the way, the audio, it needs to pick up your voice.
Okay.
And I appreciate you talking to me. So, what should I call you?
Is this going to be put on the internet or something? Or?
Well, that's what I was doing with that gentleman, and then you kind of come in. Now, are you okay? I have a small YouTube channel, which gets maybe 100 or 200 views, but I can start the video again if you want. So.
I don't know. Like I find it interesting. People late at night are having.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you joined. Honestly. Yeah. I can even start again if you want.